How's it going, everybody? Welcome to your one-stop shop for legendary loot news. Just Jared here, and today we're looking at a brand new game, a new announcement that I'm not quite sure I even really believe. This game is a new open-world action RPG called Honor of Kings World, and I mean, just look at this game. That cutscene to gameplay transition is so clean, the world is so drop dead gorgeous and bright, there's tons of particle effects, you got fireflies in the air, birds in the sky, the wind blowing, water splashes, all while this super intense Monster Hunter style fight is going on, and it just looks too good to be true. Anyways, real quick, if you are a fan of these kind of games, action RPGs, and games that have tons of loot and items to chase, consider dropping a sub because that's literally all we talk about here, okay? Let's go over what the heck we know about this possible godlike game. Honor of Kings is apparently already an IP and is one of the most popular mobile games in the world right now and has taken the mobile MOBA games market by storm. It had 100 million daily players last year, which is obviously pretty nuts. Now, I've personally never heard of this game because even with the non-stop research I do on games and game news, the mobile games universe is something I rarely ever touch. They're just not really my thing. Honor of Kings: World is the game we're looking at today, the developers' attempt at bringing the Honor of Kings world to multiple platforms globally and into the AAA space. This game will also reportedly be a live service game, and I'd imagine will try to rival that of Genshin Impact, which kinda has a lot of the same vibes, and is also live service, although this game is not a gacha game as far as we know. It is, in part, developed by Tencent though, so take that info with what you will. As far as official info, that's literally all we have. Just like the recently announced looter shooter we discussed a couple days ago called Project Magnum, it seems like this trailer was just released, surprising everyone, and then we were given no other information as it sunk down into the abyss of games we basically know nothing about. Obviously, Monster Hunter vibes, that's what I'm getting, that's what many people are getting. If this tried to rival Monster Hunter, I'm all for it. Monster Hunter World was my introduction to the series and I loved it. This definitely looks like a version of that, but the contrast turned up to 1,000,000 because man, is this world freaking so bright and colorful it almost hurts my eyes. Gameplay wise, we get this fight between this beast, who I can't stop thinking about looks like the Pokemon Incineroar, and these two characters, whom I'd imagine are both players because a game like this not having co-op is unheard of. This guy here wields a two-handed sword and two one-handed swords that he switches between on the fly, while the other character is some kind of ranged class with a bow and arrow. We see the large health bar and stun or knockdown meter at the top of the screen for the monster, which is something Monster Hunter doesn't do, so there's a difference. You've got your mini-map in the top right, your character's level and health at the bottom left, your attacks and abilities mapped out at the bottom right, which seems to change depending on which weapons he is currently using and which stance he's currently in. As far as anything else, we see combat that seems to rely on comboing your moves, and there's a part where they target the armor of the monster, and after breaking it, it falls over, allowing for a ton of DPS, which is something super similar to Monster Hunter. Then after this creature starts teleporting around the area, out of nowhere a giant lightning dragon lands on top of it and the camera pans out to reveal a super huge lush world. Pretty dope. That's really all I have for you today. We unfortunately just don't know much else about this game, and we don't have a release date either, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. If any news surfaces, I'll be sure to keep you updated on here, so if you want to keep up to date with Honor of Kings World, or any other loot-driven game for that matter, consider subscribing. That's it for me. Like the video for +10 intelligence. Patreon supporters get +100 intelligence. Big thanks to Kyle and Vanilla. Until next time, peace out.